Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new here. I'm Monica, and today we're doing a good old-fashioned trying new makeup video. I've got a handful of products that I'm super excited to try. They're all pretty new, and I'm excited to jump in. We've got some face stuff, we've got some eye stuff, and I'm just excited to try them out with you guys and see how they work. I will say, obviously, I have done my makeup and I already tried them, and I have a feeling this video is a little bit bumpier than my typical videos have been in the past, because it has been a while since I've done a video like this where I sat down and did my makeup on camera. And although I will most likely edit out all the bumps, hopefully at least most of them, I do apologize if it's slightly bumpier than usual or than I would like. But anyway, without further ado, let's go ahead and get to trying some new makeup. All right, so I pinned my hair back thinking it would be cuter than just a traditional ponytail, and I'm not sure if it is. We'll see if this ends up in a ponytail later or not. I might get tired of it being sort of like right here. But anyway, the first things I'm gonna try out are these two 10-pan palettes from e.l.f. These are like, I think they're like a relaunch from like their old 10-pan palettes that were in like the black packaging. If they aren't, then these are replacing them from what I've seen. But I got them in two different schemes. This one I know for sure is Intergalactic, but this one is Summer something. I'll put the name on the screen of this one. I peeled off the names of both and thought they were gonna be on the back, but they're not, because you have to peel off the names in order to like actually open them. But anyway, what I think I'm gonna do is kind of like go back and forth between these, and I'm just going to try them out. The Summer one is an all matte one, so I'm definitely gonna wanna put some shimmers on my eyes, and I thought that we could maybe play around with some color. Maybe. We'll see where I go. The first palette I'm gonna go in with is the matte one, and I'm gonna go into this shade right here and just put it all in the crease. That's going on very smoothly. The one that I had of the old packaging, in like the black packaging, I did really enjoy, but I liked other drugstore palettes better, so I decluttered it like 2 years ago. I don't even think I recorded that when I decluttered it. I think that was before any actual declutter series on my channel. And the third one of those, the third declutter series, just went live in your time. I actually had them pre-recorded, but those are the last ones that went up before this video. This is going on very nicely, very smoothly. I haven't tested an e.l.f. eyeshadow palette besides the new Classics one since I tried that 10-pan one years ago. So we're gonna see if these two hold a candle to the new Classics, because I love that palette. One of the best palettes out there, and definitely one of the best drugstore palettes. I think I'm gonna bounce into this one though, the Intergalactic one, and I think I'm gonna just deepen that crease a little bit and use this shade right here. They of course don't have shade names because they just don't. But I'm gonna go in actually with a little bit more of a detailed brush. I was using the A503, and this is the A502 from the Angie Hot and Flashy brush collab with BK Beauty. I tried these almost 2 years ago and haven't turned back. Haven't found any other eyeshadow brushes that are as good as these. It's been a while since I've recorded like trying new makeup, so I feel like I'm like pretty out of practice. I've done a lot of vlogging recently and have been loving it, just delving more into like lifestyle content. And I don't know, I missed the makeup a little bit, wanted to come back. So I do think that did a pretty good job deepening that crease. I don't think I'm gonna do anything else with that, because I think I'm gonna want my like sparkly shade to be like the main event, the sole focus of the eyeshadow look. All right, so I actually scooted a little bit closer because I felt like it was too far back, especially for the eye portion. So this is what they're looking like. Hopefully the lighting's okay. I'm of course using all artificial lighting, and it's also a rainy day, so that's not helping either. So I'm gonna stay in this one, of course, because we're gonna do some sparkly shades, and I'm trying to figure out which one I wanna do, because I'm wearing this shirt and I feel like the bright blue in here might be too bright, but I'm really liking this shade. It's like a greenish shade, like a soft approach to a green. And it's this shade right here. I'm gonna put it all over the lid. We're gonna see how this goes. I will say the texture of these are a little bit chunky. I don't know if that's just the colorful shades because this shade right here is not chunky. It's very smooth. But these that I'm putting on my lid, a little chunky to the touch. I always apply shimmery eyeshadow with my fingers because I feel like, I don't know, I just feel like that's where you get the best effect from them. They just always look best like that. Plus, of course, you're not really wasting any product because you're literally going into the pan and then putting it directly on your eye. I really, really like that. My hair is all up in my way. So I'm gonna go on this side and do the same thing. Still chunky. It's kind of like you gotta work with it a little bit from what I've, you know, experiencing thus far. It's almost like in texture. Oh my gosh. It's almost like in texture. Excuse me. It's almost like in texture, a combination between like a traditional shimmer shade and like a full-on glitter shade. And I'm noticing that when I lay it on my eyes too. I feel like with glitters, when you stick them down, they can kind of tend to just stay in one area and you really have to work with them. And I'm kind of experiencing that, especially on this side. But I really do like the effect of like what this looks like on my eyes. I feel like it's such a pretty approach to like a green shade without being like, you know, Kelly green or St. Patty's Day green. But I do really like this like finish, and I feel like with me using my clean finger, I'm using just a clean finger with nothing on it and kind of like blending it, that it's seeming to spread a little bit. It's a really pretty shade, and it's such a soft approach to green. And I've said this like a bajillion times, but it's such a soft approach, so I feel like you could even wear it like during the day, maybe even to work, maybe, depending on where you work, and nobody would like think twice about it being actually green. I think I'm gonna jump back to this just real quick, and I'm gonna go into actually this like wine shade, and I'm gonna use that to line my eyes because I just feel like that'll be kind of fun. And this is actually how I've been doing eyeliner recently, is just lining it with shadow. It's so much easier, and I think it just gives the prettiest diffused look. Alright, I had to put my hair in a ponytail because it was driving me crazy, but this is the finished eye look. I think it looks really, really pretty. I love like the wine tone. I don't even know if it's coming quite across in camera because it's not a very big line or anything. I also just hit myself in the face, but it looks really great as eyeliner. I love the green. Like I said, I do think that the colorful shimmers in here might be a little chunky, even if you can just sort of tell by looking at them. But they give off great pigmentation, and you can blend them out even just with your finger, like a clean finger, and they look beautiful. I love like the subtle green look. I'm very into it right now. But now that we have done the eyes, I'm going to move on to the face, and I am trying out the new Danessa Myricks Beauty Yummy Skin Serum Skin Tint. I am pretty into like tinted things right now. I really like the Tower 28 like tinted sunscreen. I've been wearing that almost on a daily basis, or at least every time I wear makeup, pretty much. And then I also really like the Typology skin tint. I've been getting a lot of views out of that one because I've been self-tanning a lot, and I have the wrong shade for my fair shade, but I'm fair again today, and I have it in the shade 2, and I'm thinking I'm just gonna put this on with my fingers because that's typically how I apply skin tints, and I just don't think it would probably look good with anything else. Hopefully the shade's gonna be okay. It's definitely like, I think, in the right range, but it might pull a little yellow. Maybe I'm overthinking this. Does it look yellow to you? Let's just go ahead and put it on, and we're just gonna smooth it out. Hopefully it's not too light. I think I'm just gonna put it all over and then smooth it out. You can see I have a little non-friend there. I literally didn't do my nighttime skincare routine properly one night, and I've been dealing with it since. I guess I should have probably blended this in like one section at a time, but I'm just gonna blend it in like lotion, and we're gonna see where it goes from there. It doesn't have any smell, which is wonderful. This might be, is it a little light? You're probably like, that's the exact shade for you, and I'm over here like, it's too light. For me though, I'd almost rather my foundation be, or like my skin tints be a little bit darker, because if they're too light, then they pull like almost like ghostly on me, and then I feel like I look sick, and then I feel like I don't like it automatically. But I mean, I feel like that actually is like a pretty good shade match. Maybe I just can't accept the fact that I'm just very, very fair naturally. I feel like it looks pretty good, except for there are a few things to note. I actually don't hate the shade. It's very fair, but it does seem to match me pretty well. Obviously, it's not covering that really at all, but I wanted to show you my chin. Hopefully you can see it. It's picking up like weird texture down here. I have been dealing with a little bit of dry skin, but the Typology one and then the tinted sunscreen from Tower 28 don't cling to dry patches like that. So I'm not loving that area, kind of clingy. The nose, I can't get it to blend quite right. I naturally have like a more red leaning nose. It's really annoying, I hate it. But even with those two products that I keep mentioning, I feel like they look so much better on my nose than this. This is just like kind of patchy on my nose, if you can sort of see. Hopefully it's picking up. It's just not looking quite right on the nose. I don't want to add more layers because I feel like that kind of defeats the purpose of a skin tint. I never put more than one layer on, and I also feel like if I put more on, it's going to get worse in the areas that I've just complained about. So I think I'm actually going to try to sort of fix this maybe a little bit with some concealer. I don't have a new concealer to try, but I'm going to use the Catrice True Skin one and just kind of like try to fix some of those areas. I have like an itch right here. I feel like I always get an itch right in my nose right after I put makeup on, but I just need to fix this. It's not looking very good. Maybe just like, this might be a little bit too dark in comparison to the skin tint, but I also am going to spot conceal this a little bit. I don't know if I should put more. I'm just going to put like a little bit. Was that more than a little bit? Probably. And I'm just going to blend these out with my fingers before we jump into the next product, because I don't hate it, I don't love it, and I definitely don't think it's worth the price, especially because the two things I'm talking about are around that same price, and they had a better first impression on me, and I've continued to enjoy them. So I'm just going to like kind of blend these out a little bit, and then we're just going to move on to the next product, which I'm very excited about. But verdict is, don't love it, don't hate it. I don't think it's terrible, but I could actually maybe see myself returning it because I just don't think it's looking very good, like in those two areas. The rest of the face, it looks fine. Like, it's a skin tint. It's not supposed to be full coverage. I'm not even mad about it not covering that pimple properly, but I don't know. It's just not sitting right on the two main areas of my face that I'm already kind of insecure about. Like, I don't like my nose, and my chin that's where I break out the most. So that little bit of concealer on my nose and chin did really help, and of course I spot concealed, so that's looking better. I don't hate the way this is sitting on the rest of my face, but the more I've thought about it, the more I'm souring to this product because it's not cheap, and there are products out there that are way cheaper than this, and even in the same price range, that are way better in my opinion. And so unless like this starts wowing me as I continue to try it out, I'm not loving it upon first impression. Next thing I'm gonna try is the new e.l.f. Putty Color Correcting Eye Brightener. I've gotten it in two different shades. If you watched my Declutter series, in the very first episode when we got to eye correctors, like under eye correctors, eye brighteners, I have a hard time letting go, so I bought more. But I got two different shades. I got the lightest, which is fair, and then the second lightest, which is light medium. I wasn't sure. I'm probably gonna do this one today because the color of my skin is probably going to be lighter than the darker one I have, and so I'm interested to try this. I hope it's really good. I haven't had much luck with the putty collection though, so I don't really know what to expect, but it'd be great if it was great, because I think this is like $6-ish. So I'm just gonna dip my hand in there, and we're just gonna color correct and see what happens. I think I might really like this. So this is without, it's got some darkness. I didn't even put that much on under here, and it's looking way brighter. I feel like my under eyes just look, like this under eye looks so much better than this one. I think I might really like this. Let's do the other one, and I might not even put concealer on with this. That's actually usually what I use these kind of products as, like in lieu of concealer, unless I'm like really sleepy and I need double coverage. But normally, like, I just use this like if I want quick makeup and I want to look more put together, but I don't want to deal with like a full concealer under my eyes. And it would be great if I found one for way cheaper, because currently my favorite one is the one from Charlotte Tilbury, and it has been for a while. And then after that, like the Bobbi Brown one's really good, the Tarte one's really good, but they're all really expensive. I feel like that looks really, really good, and I'm really liking the way that looks. I'm excited to try the darker color when I'm self-tanned, and so far this is looking really, really good. I feel like I just look a little bit more awake now. I like that one. I was really afraid that the formula was going to be stiff, but it's not. It's creamy. It's a thinner formula, but it's super creamy, and it's got a decent amount of coverage, and I'm really liking the way it's looking. Okay, I'm really excited about that. So I've now put a little bit of bronzer on, and now we're going to go to the next product, which is the Soft Pop Plumping Blush Veil from Makeup by Mario. I'm very excited about this. I got this in the shade Barely Blushing, of course the most neutral one. And so I'm just going to take it on my blush brush. And I have high hopes for this because I really like the Skin Enhancer, which is like the bronzer version of this. And so I think I'm going to really like this. Plus I'm very much into cream blushes. And that looks beautiful. One thing I love about like the skin enhancing idea, I don't know if this is like thought to be a part of that line, but his cream products, I guess is what I'm saying, they are so natural looking, but not in a way that's like you can't tell they're there. You can tell they're there. They look really good. Yeah, I really like that. So far, the only thing I haven't really liked is the skin tint, but everything else I'm really, really liking. All right, so I just powdered my face, and the next thing we're gonna try out is the BareMinerals Highlighting Blush. I got this in the shade Opal Glow, and I think this looks beautiful. I know we technically already tried a blush, but I'm thinking I can use this as like a blush topper highlighter sort of thing. So I'm gonna get this BK Beauty 108 brush, and let's just kind of like swipe it on here and like kind of go where that blush was while also going where the highlight is. I'm thinking this might be more of like a highlight, especially because of the color. They had lighter colors. They had darker colors. And so, yeah, this for me is just gonna be a highlight, but that is so pretty. It's kind of diffused, and I'm just gonna put it like right here. I think in the future what I would do is just use it in my highlighting area, but that is really pretty. It's not super punchy, but I like that. I'm very into a diffused highlight, and I think this did that. That got really dusty though. It's like it got really dusty in the pan, but I think that looks really, really pretty, and I really like it. So I do have one more thing to try out. It's a like lip product. So before we do that, I'm going to go ahead and just finish the rest of my makeup and do my hair real quick, and we're gonna end the video on the lipstick. All right, so I finished my makeup, did my hair, looking a little bit more put together. So the last product I'm gonna try out is this Kosas Wet Stick Moisturizing Lip Shine. I got it in the shade Heat Wave, and it sounds right up my alley because I am very into the hydrating lip products right now. I did line my lips because otherwise my lips are non-existent, and I'm excited about this. I think this is gonna be like a beigey color, and I'm pretty pumped. So just go ahead and start applying it. It's actually pulling a little bit pinker than I was expecting, but I like it. All right, it is a little bit like pinker than I was expecting, but still like a beigey color, and it feels really good on the lips, really hydrating. I like the pigmentation. It's not like super sheer, it shows up, and it's really moisturizing. I doubt it would last a long time, of course, because of the kind of product it is, but I do really enjoy the way it feels on my lips. So far, so good. So that is the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's been a while since I've done a trying new makeup video. I know I mentioned that. The last time I tried new makeup was actually in a vlog, so it's been a while since I did like a standalone video especially, and I felt like I was a little bit rusty, so I hope it wasn't too bumpy of a ride, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will let you know how I feel about these products after I try them for a little bit longer in a speed reviews video, but for now, I like everything except for the skin tint. Not exactly my favorite product, especially given the fact that I do like so many other products similar to that either provide SPF protection, that are even in the same price range, or just tend to look better on the skin. Other than that though, really liking the eyeshadow, really liking all the cheek stuff, and I'm loving the under eye stuff. So excited to keep playing with that and really everything else. And of course, I just tried on the lipstick, and so far I'm really liking it. But that is it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and hit the notification bell down below and subscribe if you're not already. Like I said earlier in this video, I've been doing a lot of vlogs recently, so if you like that kind of content, definitely go check those out. I also do beauty stuff, and I'm gonna keep teetering back and forth between the two right now, but let me know if you have a favorite category you'd like me to focus on. I like it all, but I definitely think I need to keep up with the makeup content a little bit more so I don't get too rusty like I felt like I was today. But anyway, that is it for now. So I will see you guys in the next video, and I hope you guys have the best rest of your day. Bye!